So I know Earth Day just passed, but I think it's important to keep the conversation going anyway. And to be honest, I wasn't really planning on doing a video today because I felt like I didn't have the authority to really talk about anything regarding the environment because I'm not 100% zero waste, although I do try to minimize my carbon footprint. I'm not even 100% vegan, although I do eat a primarily plant-based diet. With that said, I'm making this video today because that's not true. I do have an authority. In fact, we all do. We all have a voice. I think the important thing is we spread awareness if we're able to. Doing something right, especially with the zero waste movement that I'm seeing coming up all over YouTube and blogs and Instagram, and I think it's great. I think that this is such a positive change for the environment and for our future, but I'm not 100%. I know for me, you could sit through a million of those videos and you just feel kind of drained, or you feel like it's hard to implement every single thing when so many hurdles are going on in your own life at the moment. You have to juggle so many things, and now you have to think about this, and like for all the packages of plastic that our food come in, even like my tofu package, comes in plastic. I don't want you to feel like you did something wrong if you ended up getting a straw when you're at a restaurant and then holding on to that guilt over that one straw. It can get to be too much in it, and I feel like when you put that much pressure on yourself, you end up giving up. I know for me, it's much harder to do something if I'm not in a good place. That's important not only for the world, but for your mental health. And you're more likely to want to do a better job and at the same time have a more positive outlook on the whole thing. Now, if you're one of those people who thrives on pressure, kudos to you. That's awesome. Keep going. But I'm not one of those people. And for those of you who are not like those people as well, give yourself a break. I think the important thing is that we're all trying, that we're all aware, and that's amazing. You're sending the message or leading by example or whatever it is that you're doing to reduce your carbon footprint. That's amazing. Do what you can right now. If you're able to, or if you're ready, or whatever step you want to take. I think that every little step that we take towards progress will all add up, especially if we all do it. The more of us who are out there trying to spread the message, trying to minimize our waste, trying to live a sustainable life, are doing our part to try to help our planet. So don't think that anything you're doing to help the environment, as minuscule as it is insignificant, because it's not. Don't let other people who criticize you for not being good enough, for not doing enough, because that's going to bring you down even more. And no one is perfect. Nobody is perfect at all. If they were, then we would have a perfect world right now. And that's clearly not the case. So let's just take baby steps at the very least. Just continue to stick to your convictions. If for any reason you're not in a position to be perfect at this whole zero waste veganism thing, then that's okay, because the world honestly is just not set up right now to accommodate to every single person doing that kind of lifestyle, but we are trying to push to that. Sometimes people live in areas that have food droughts. Sometimes people live in areas that literally have no options other than what's available at their grocery store, or they can't afford to buy specialty items. And that's not on you. That is on the suppliers, on the government, on the companies that condone all this and that continue this money-making machine of ruining the earth for profit. I mean, that's not on you. That is on them. You need to live to remember that, right? You need to live to first and foremost. Regardless of everything else, you need to live right now. You need to be able to breathe and eat and live your life. As much as the world deserves kindness, you do too, especially because you are part of this world. And if you're kind to yourself, the easier it will be to be kind to the world. With that said, I'm leaving resources in the description box below, so be sure to check that out regarding tips on how to reduce our waste and reduce our carbon footprint. And if you have any tips, please share them as well, because we can all use new ways of helping the earth. Okay, so until next time, I hope you all have a good one.